only reason why Lamar Jackson would sign a long-term deal this offseason is because the Ravens made him an offer that he couldn't refuse. If you're Lamar, why would you want to give away all of the leverage that you have over the next 2 off seasons? You could potentially get a monster deal after contracts are opened up with the rookie class of
Chris Canty today, Evan Cohen with you. So there's been a lot of talk about Lamar Jackson, contract extension. When is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Why hasn't it happened? In addition, he does show up for their voluntary workouts with brand new head coach Jesse Minter and brand new offensive coordinator Declan Doyle, who kind of in a roundabout way called him out saying, you better be here. But why hasn't he signed long-term yet? What's the holdup, and what does that mean? Adam Schefter, ESPN senior NFL insider, Adam Schefter podcast, available wherever podcasts are found, joined us yesterday. You can listen to our podcast, Tuesday, 8 a.m. Eastern, and had this to say about the Ravens and Lamar.
He'd like to be shipped out of town, and I think there's going to be teams interested.
I'm pretty sure that's about Dexter Lawrence, so I don't think that Lamar would like to be shipped out of town, but Dexter Lawrence would like to be.
Good catch.
Yeah, but by the way, that was really good with Adam, too. You should listen back to that on the podcast, because talking about Dexter Lawrence, who Adam reported first, that he asked out of New York with the Giants, and that he actually does want to be shipped out of town. So we'll come back to the Adam sound, but in the meantime, we will give you Mike Tannenbaum, ESPN NFL front office insider, who also joined us yesterday, and he talked about the possibility of this maybe being Lamar's last year in Baltimore.
If something doesn't get done, that may tell you what Lamar's feelings about being a Raven are. Now, him being there yesterday is a great start, but I would be, again, there's to me like such a sense of urgency with any of these like great players that are in their prime. Like, we only, like, every day you read about TV rights only going up more and more and more, and that's good for everybody, especially the owners and the players. So if we have Lamar Jackson, we don't want him to go anywhere. Like, every day it's only going to get more expensive. So if a deal doesn't get done, Chris, maybe that tells you that maybe he doesn't want to be there, and hopefully that's not the case. But I know they've tried to do this now for a couple of years.
They've tried to do this for a couple of years. Courtney, you cover the NFL on a day-to-day basis, specifically with the Chicago Bears, but also the league. Is there a chance that this is his last year in Baltimore?
Of course. I mean, I think new coaching staff, a lot of, a new offense, a lot of things that he's going to have to adjust to, and a team that is going to face monumental expectations this year, coming off his first losing season as a starter. There had been a lot of buzz before before we hit the offseason, the OTA part where they're about to start, because they got to start their offseason program. I believe it was yesterday, just because they have a new head coach and all that. But there was buzz about, should he go to Miami? Should he get traded to a place? Because remember, he has no trade clause in his contract. Like, where should he want to go? So I don't think that came out of nowhere. So I will always, until there is a contract extension done, because he's in year 4, where he's entering year 4 of this. So he's got the $14.35 million. That was the signing bonus that they prorated when he signed it. It was $52 million. And then he's got like one more year on it, but they have a potential out after next year. So when those things come close and a new deal hasn't been struck yet, I'm naturally going to be skeptical that he wants to be there long term, because if they're ready to do it and they have the resources to do it, and we know how Steve Bisciotti feels about him and he's spoken about it publicly, then you get it done and you lock him up for his, year 30 to 35, potentially towards the end of his career. The fact that they haven't done it yet makes me think there's still some hesitation maybe from his side to want to stay there long term, because he has gotten close. He's gotten to an AFC title game, but he hasn't, been able to take that next step.
Based on everything we heard yesterday from Adam Schefter, Mike Tannenbaum, and others, I would definitely say it's on his side. Adam said specifically, Lamar is in the driver's seat here. He is in control of how this goes down. And I understand wanting to wait and see what the market is at the end of the deal, see how everything develops so you can maximize this financially. I also understand from Lamar's vantage point, waiting to see how things bear out this season with a new regime in place. Even though you were complicit, even if it's a small degree to some degree, and John Harbaugh no longer being there, I doubt that they do that without the head nod from the franchise quarterback that they're desperate to sign long term. And there is a benefit for him to waiting. There's also a massive benefit to getting it done, to having it off your plate, to having it off the organization's plate, so that they can plan for not only the present but the future of you being there. So until the ink is dry, I am going to be a little suspect that this is where he wants to be long term.
So just playing out reckless speculation, what would the trade be? How many picks do you have to give up to get a Lamar Jackson?
2 firsts.
That's it?
No,
I'll give him that today.
No, I'm thinking
Yeah.
more. 2 firsts, probably a day 2 pick in there as well. The contract element. I mean, if you are taking on and expecting to give him a massive deal, I don't know if it would necessarily be a resetting the market level deal, but upwards of 60 a year, then that would be really, that's the draft capital. I think ends up like getting narrowed down and canceled out because the incurring team knows they have to do that, and he gets to handpick his location.
Yeah, because he has a no trade clause, and they also cannot franchise him after next season. I wonder what he's waiting for. I'm sure they would make him the highest paid player in the history of the sport.
Yeah, he's at 52,
I should say I'm sure. My guess would be.
Right now. It's pretty considerable jump, but we know where Dak is and what his contract was.
Dak's 60, right?
Yes, and the
so
market
would they give him 61?
Yeah.
Oh, now I know what the problem is.
What? The finances?
Well, if you just hesitated,
because I'm trying to calculate the draft capital in my mind. Because you're telling me I'm lowballing all of that.
I'm sorry.
Fine. You just want to talk about the contract?
The Ravens. Would the Ravens give him 61 right now?
Yeah, give him like 60 and a half. Make him the highest paid quarterback in the league. He's 29 years old.
So the Baltimore Ravens today, on April 8th, would make Lamar Jackson the highest paid player in the history of the National Football League without batting an eye. That's what you believe?
Sure.
Yeah. Smalls?
Of course.
Me too. So what's
He's
the hold?
earned it.
So what's the holdup?
It's on him, very clearly.
But why?
I think he wants to see the direction of where this team is going because obviously last year, and I'm not blaming him for the injuries, but like he was injured for the very critical parts of last season. They make a run, they fall short in the regular season finale. And he has to answer all these questions about his future. He has to look at himself and say, I've never had a losing season as a starter. That probably didn't feel so good. Maybe he goes somewhere else and feels that he can win in a better situation. But how many other better situations are there that have a way to blow up their quarterback plan right now? Yes, we all can speculate. He's from Miami. He's wanting to go to Miami? That place is in a rebuild.
I don't see why you would.
No, absolutely not. So it's hard to find a destination.
He's not from Miami,
now.
but he's from South Florida.
He's from the area.
As somebody that lived
from
in
Pompano
Boynton Beach.
Yeah.
No, he went to Boynton Beach High School. I got to take pride in that. But anyway, the overall, I think you're right. Mm-hmm. Why would because you're from there? Like, what, he can't afford to go back in the offseason? You're off on Tuesdays. He could fly in on Tuesdays and fly back on Wednesday morning before practice.
But that's not being there for
Or Monday night, then Wednesday morning, whatever it is. Like, Courtney's right. Why would why would the Dolphins be more attractive than the Ravens?
They're not.
Of course they're not.
Warm weather.
The New York Giants offseason program begins Tuesday, but with one very large absence. Adam Schefter reporting that Giants defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence has requested a trade and will not be participating in the team's offseason program. Now, Sexy Dexy has 2 years remaining on his contract, but there has reportedly not been any progress on contract negotiations between Lawrence and the team over the past 2 off seasons. Now, it is a change of scenery what's best for Lawrence. He is coming off career lows in sacks, tackles, and quarterback hits, despite playing a career-high 17 games. It was also the first season since 2021 that Dexter Lawrence wasn't a Pro Bowler.